Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. Lithography machines are the most important equipment in the chip manufacturing process. Although Nikon and Canon in Japan can also produce them, they are not comparable to ASML in the Netherlands. Mid to high-end lithography machines are basically monopolized by ASML. Most of our lithography machines come from ASML. However, the Netherlands is only a small country in Europe after all. European countries have always followed the decisions of the United States, and the Netherlands is no exception, deciding to follow the United States to implement restrictions. However, Biden did not expect that Macron went to the Netherlands to become a lobbyist. Recently, Macron visited China with a luxurious team, which aroused global attention. Since Germany's Iron Lady Merkel stepped down in 2021, Europe has lost an important force against the United States, and has begun to tend to follow the United States. However, a series of operations in the United States seem to only care about their own benefits. European countries are just tools for others, and they have lost more and more in the process of following the United States. In this regard, French Macron saw the situation clearly, so the Chinese government looked for opportunities. For Macron's visit to China, we also gave enough face and liking. This made Macron very shocked and very satisfied. Macron's trip was very rewarding. We spent 140 billion yuan to buy Airbus in France. Although France only spent 20 billion to buy our ships, it decided to build the Airbus assembly line in China, which will drive the domestic aircraft industry. Most importantly, France has made a very important decision, which is to join the Chinese RMB settlement agreement. France is China's second largest trading partner in Europe, which will greatly promote the internationalization of our RMB. What's more, after Macron's visit to China, when he was interviewed on the plane returning to China, he said that he would no longer be a follower of the United States. What Biden didn't expect was that after Macron returned to China, he immediately changed his original attitude and began to be tough on the United States, with full confidence. Macron directly stated that Europe must reduce its dependence on the United States and avoid becoming a vassal of the United States. Before, France followed the trend and often followed the United States to accuse us. Just like the previous Huawei 5G, although France claims on the surface that it will not ban it, it encourages operators to avoid using it. In fact, it is also tightening restrictions on Huawei. In this grand visit to China, Macron is using his actions to show that he will further strengthen trade cooperation with China. Macron's visit to China was also shocked by China's strength, and he understood the importance of independent development, so he decided to make changes. Therefore, it officially announced its separation from the American Chip Alliance. That is, it will not follow the United States to sanction our chip industry. More importantly, after Macron returned, he went straight to the Netherlands for a visit, saying that Europe should remain open while maintaining economic autonomy. It must have the ability to independently choose partners, and cannot rely on other countries. This is the first time for a French president to visit the Netherlands in 23 years. There is a certain meaning behind the choice of the time, after his visit to China. Because ASML in the Netherlands is a global lithography machine giant, and is now being targeted by the United States. The Netherlands has been under some pressure from the United States. It has compromised some time ago, and officially announced that it will join the United States in restricting us in the semiconductor industry. Macron's visit to the Netherlands is to discuss the future development plan of Europe with the Netherlands, and the semiconductor industry is naturally an important one. It is recommended to choose a partner independently, which is already obviously suggesting that the Netherlands should leave the US chip alliance. It can be seen that Macron went to the Netherlands to become a lobbyist, specifically hoping that ASML will continue to sell us lithography machines. Although ASML is a lithography machine giant, TSMC, Samsung, Intel, SMIC and other major wafer manufacturers rely on it, but the current situation is not optimistic, especially the news from the largest customer TSMC that the projects under construction will be fully released. 1 year off. Only the wafer fabs in mainland China are still expanding, and the 4 new fab projects of SMIC are progressing steadily. Therefore, ASML very much hopes to continue to ship normally to the mainland. In fact, the Dutch side had a very tough attitude towards the United States. It has publicly stated that the United States should not issue orders to Dutch companies, and it will not copy the restrictions of the United States. However, the Netherlands did not withstand the pressure of the United States after all, and reached a tripartite agreement with the United States and Japan, announcing restrictions on advanced deposition and immersion lithography equipment. But now the situation is changing, and Macron has come to the Netherlands to persuade. So, will lithography opportunities reverse? If it is possible, it depends on Macron's ability to operate. This is actually a measure of interests. The change in the attitude of the Netherlands before is actually a consideration of interests. Therefore, there may be variables in the future. However, that's unlikely. We should not have expectations for this. It is fundamental to promote the research and development of domestic lithography machines.